A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Next surah we're going to introduce and talk about is Surah Ikhlas. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Adam, read for our brother and sisters. Qul huwallahu ahad, Allahu samad, lam yulid, wa lam yulad, wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Ameen. We begin in the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Say He is Allah, the one to be worshipped. Allah is eternal, the absolute. He begetteth not, nor He is begotten, and the whole universe is His, and there is none like unto Him. Ameen. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Qul a'udhu birabbil falaq, min sharri ma khalaq, wa min sharri ghasiqin idha waqab, wa min sharri nafasati fil 'uqad, wa min sharri hasidin idha hasad. Ameen. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Say, I seek refuge in the Lord of the daybreak. The Lord of the daybreak. That's Fajr time. From the evil of which that was created. For remember, Allah created good and evil. And from the evil of the darkness, when it overtakes the whole world. And the evil of those who blow into knots. And from the evil of the envious one, when they practice their envy. Now, we talked about the jinns, and we talked about the surahs, which we're going to cover some more later on, but it just gives you an idea. The next one we learn is Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Qul a'udhu birabbin nas, malikin nas, ilahin nas, min sharri waswasil nas, allazi yuwaswisu fi sudurin nas, min al jinnati wan nas. Ameen. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. See, I seek refuge in the Lord, the Creator, and the Nourisher of man, the King of man, the God of man, from the evil of the sneaking whisperers, from the whispers of evil suggestions in the heart of men, and among jinns and men. Remember we talked about, we did a khutbah on jinns. Allah sent the Quran and a message not just to the whole of mankind, but also to the jinn kind. So those are some good surahs to learn and to practice and to use. So what we're going to do now, we're going to talk a little bit about the prayers. We talked about some surahs, and the reason we did that so you have a good understanding of the basic fundamentals of the surahs. Now, we're going to talk about explaining again the time frame for the prayers. We have five fingers on our hand. Well, thumb you can count as a finger. There's 5 prayers. Each finger is almost like a prayer. The first prayer, which is actually most people call Fajr, but it really is not the first prayer. Our first prayer is actually when our sunset ends the day. So you see, most people think when the sun comes up and you have a brand new sleep, you wake up, it's a brand new day. Actually, it's not true. Because Islamically, we use the lunar calendar, and the day ends when the sun goes down and the moon comes up. So our day starts at sunset. When the sun goes down, 1 minute after, we have the Maghrib prayers. So this is called the sunset prayer, which is actually a minute after. But the Maghrib is the first prayer. Then after that we have the nighttime prayer, which is Isha. And in the morning, the first prayer in the morning after we sleep and we wake up is the Fajr prayer. And that's done before dawn, before the sun comes up. This is during the dawn period, and then the sun rises. We can't read Fajr during that time. We have to read it before. Then we have when the sun is at mid, when the sky is at its maximum, the sun is overhead. They call Zohar, which is the Zohar lunch hour prayer. And then the late afternoon we have the Asir prayers. and then we have the Maghrib prayers, as we said. So we can look at the prayers, even if we looked at calling the 5 Fajr, Zohar, Asir, Maghrib, and Isha. Those are the 5 prayers that have been given to us from Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him, on his journey to the 7 heavens. That's another good, but we're talking about the detail of his journey. But he was given that for us to do. And remember, brothers and sisters, Allah does not need our prayers. We need the help from Allah. We need the health and strength from Allah. We need the protection that Allah can give us against our enemies. The enemies are the jinns and mankind, some of them, that want to do you harm. People, we said, we talked in the Surah Nas and Falak about the whispering evil of people. So we need that protection from evil of people also. So the thing is, that's why we pray to Allah for asking for guidance, health and strength, knowledge, wealth, prosperity, and many different things that you wish. But it's we that need the prayers. Now, those are giving you the essentials of the prayers. What we want to just talk about, we will talk about how to do on another video, to do the actual prayers. But what we are going to talk about now is to understand what the prayers comprise of. Okay. The Fajr prayers have 2 sunnat, means you go down 2 rakat, sunnat, and we'll explain more of those when we cover the prayers in detail. So there's 2 sunnat, and then 2 fars. Fars is the obligatory prayers, and the sunnat is 2 before, and 2 fars. Zohar has 4 sunnat, and then 4 fars. And then you can also read, 2 sunnat and 2 nafil, no problem. Asir is 4 fars, but some people read some sunnats before, is no problem. Maghrib, again, you have some sunnats you can read. And then you have, Maghrib has 3 fars and 2 sunnat. Then Isha, we have 4 fars, we can read some sunnat before, and 4 fars, then we have 2 sunnat, and then 3 witir. That closes off the prayer so we can go to sleep. So those are just to give you a brief summary of the prayers, and then the names of the prayers, the time, and the different amount of prayers. You can read as much sunnat as you want. You can read as much nafil. If you need to ask Allah for help and guidance, you can go and read 2 rakat nafil and say, "Oh Allah, please help me in my exam. Oh Allah, please help me in my schoolwork. Oh Allah, please help me in my health. Oh Allah, please help me in my wealth. Oh Allah, please help me in my protection." The more prayers you do is good. Many messengers prayed a lot of prayers. The more you pray to Allah, the more successful you become, and the more closer you will become. And we have to remember, people, when we pray as if we see Allah. It's called Hisan. Hisan concept is you pray as if you see Allah, for if you don't see Allah, Allah sees you. And the Quran says Allah is closer to us than our own jugular vein, and yet we don't see. Because Allah is unseen. But we know He's there. He created us, and He given us His mercy and His blessing, which we say Alhamdulillah. Alright, we will close this segment off. Thank you very much. Jazakallah.